Ladies and gentlemen, rest in peace, Black Ops 3. In honor of Black Ops 3, ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing a Black Ops 3 Wonder Weapon tier list because they got me down bad, Activision. Freaking Overwatch 2, Black Ops 3, IW4X, IW6X, SM2. What's going on, man? How can you do this all to me? This is just tragic. Ladies and gentlemen, get me on this Treyarch Wonder Weapon list before I start crying. I'm genuinely about to start crying. But ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We have the Wonder Weapons of Black Ops 3, and we're going to rank them. So obviously this will be similar to my Wonder Weapon list, but I want to do it all on here. Also, I'm noticing already, Scavengers isn't on BO3, I guess, but on Call of the Dead. Slickifier, I mean, is this list predicting Die Rise Remastered? We got the freaking Blundergat as well, Mob of the Dead? Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this. The worst Wonder Weapon here, I believe, is probably the Matryoshka dolls. I'm not gonna lie. They're terrible. I think they only get up to around 30 in efficiency in taking things out. Absolutely awful. On Call of the Dead Remastered, though, I would actually put them up here. They literally almost... Or no, I'd probably put them at 3 stars. It went from being able to take out from round 30 all the way up to about round 60 to 80 on the Call of the Dead Remastered, which is awesome. Great job. It's also amazing for insta-kills. G-Strikes, I would put at amazing. G-Strikes, just going over the nades here, amazing. Even though they're not... It's not the best grenade in the game. It's still awesome. On BO3, you can have 3, whereas on BO2, I think you can only have 2. So that is also a little bit different as well. And it's a monkey bomb effect. It can take out panzers. It's just, again, like the Matryoshkas, it's only up to around 30. But it does have the distraction effect. So anything with a distraction effect is instantly amazing, in my opinion. Gersh is going to have to go into S tier, though. Spectacular. This is, I believe, the reason why is just because it's distraction, it's teleportation, it's infinite killing, it's used for every strategy. Gersh Devices is probably one of the greatest grenades ever made. I'd honestly have to say. And honestly, the other grenade I think that also deserves that spot is the Hell's Retriever or Redeemer. The reason why is because of the fact that the Redeemer can kill practically up until round 150 plus on Mob the Dead. The Retriever is terrible, but it can also grab you drops that can save your life. That's happened to me multiple times, which is why, honestly, I think it deserves S tier. Like, it has so much utility that it's literally mandatory to run for the high round runs. Monkey Bombs, I'm actually gonna put at amazing. Again, Cold War Monkey Bombs would be S tier. If we're talking Cold War, that would be S tier. But because we're talking BO3, it's definitely not as good. Anything with a distraction effect, like I said, is amazing. The G-Strike is better, though, because the Monkey Bomb does not kill as many as the G-Strike. However, though, the Gersh and the Retriever still are amazing. QEDs, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to put this at borderline. They have so many cool effects that I know so many people are going to be like, what? Are you kidding me? You can get a free ray gun, you can stop the excavators, you can get certain cool different power-ups. I know, but as a practicality grenade, it's not that good. Like, let's be honest. How often do you throw a QED and it's actually something that you want? Very rarely. I feel like most people only ever pick this up for the Easter egg, so I'm just going to put it in borderline. It has some borderline good effects, but it's definitely nowhere near amazing. Now, coming up next, I think for the next grenade, again, is going to be the Little Arnie's. I'm going to put this at the top of amazing because it's better than the G-Strike, okay? You can upgrade them. That's cool. It has the distraction effect. However, even the upgraded version doesn't kill past a really high round. And so if because of that, if it did, I would put it up in S tier. But I think it still doesn't even crack the S tier. Like, S tier has to be infinite damage. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be able to get the job done. And another thing that I am going to put in A, contrary to what I just said, even though this is technically infinite damage, is A. The Gauntlet of Siegfried. The reason why is because of the fact that the Gauntlet causes bugs. It causes glitches. It causes your games to error. If we're talking without that, obviously it's S tier, right? It's infinite damage. You got the dragon coming out. You can punch zombies. It can get you killed as well, but that is why I truly believe the A tier is the best tier for it, to be honest. The next tier that we're going up for is the Shadows of Evil Sword, S tier. S tier. The reason why it's better than the Gauntlet is because you can send it out like the dragon, and the sword actually does more damage than the dragon. Number one, that does all the chopping without you doing anything. And also, the sword itself does last, I feel, a lot longer and doesn't cause as many game-breaking bugs as the Gauntlet. You can also spam the sword much more, which is why it's an S tier specialist weapon. Definitely deserves this spot. Again, none of the order here from left to right matters. It's just where it matters on the S to D tier ranking here. Coming up next is the Skull, S tier. S tier wonder weapon. This is the only way you can kill Thrashers on Zetsubo no Shima. You can find so many Easter eggs with it. You can recharge it fast. It is one of the best specialist weapons ever, and I think the best specialist weapon in Black Ops 3. Hands down, deserves the S tier. It is absolutely incredible. Unfortunately, in the dumpster fire tier, we all know what we're going to put here. Unfortunately, I'm going to put the VR11, and I'm going to put the Winter's Howl. If we're talking Call of the Dead Remaster, though, I'm not even lying, the VR11 goes from dumpster tier to S tier. And so, you know what? Because this is a BO3 tier list, I'm going to say that we're talking Call of the Dead Remaster. And yes, the VR11 does deserve to be up here because it causes a distraction effect. It still gives you the insta-kill, and you can get a ton of ammo, and you can calm down George. It's just incredible. You need it for the high round. It is literally better than the Scavenger. And honestly, if we are including the Scavenger, I would put it in A. Yes, it is infinite damage on the Call of Duty Remaster. However, it still causes bugs in that version. So unfortunately, I will have to give it an A. KT4, it's an S tier. I know a lot of people might be like, what are you talking about? It's an S tier. Listen, the Zetsubo no Shima wonder weapons are goated. They are insane. I'm going to even put that above the VR11 just because, bro. Because listen, once you do the Easter egg, you get that spot open in the Zetsubo no Shima bottom path. You spam this, and it just destroys everything. The KT4 is genuinely insane. Paralyzer, I'm going to be honest, amazing. It goes in the amazing tier. It's not in Buried Remastered, but if it is getting pushed to infinite damage, I would put it up to S tier because literally an infinite damage, infinite ammo wonder weapon is always amazing. But if we're talking just about the regular version, because Buried Remastered hasn't released just yet by Slay and ZM, so if we're talking about the regular version that only one hits to round 70, it's an A tier. It's an A tier for now, but could potentially be an S tier later on. We're going to leave that there. JGB, we know it. Infinite damage all the time. Great ammo. Baby gun, S tier. Apothicon Servant, S tier. Need I say more? Black hole gun, tons of ammo, all chemical. Incredible. Blunder gun, I'm going to put in A tier. Just because, listen, the upgrades make it very viable. I think it is very important. Obviously, Winter's Howl is in the dumpster fire tier because it is literally worse than the ray gun. The ray gun Mark 1. And so, unfortunately, the ray gun Mark 1 goes in the crappy tier. For the Die Rise Remastered, we're adding the Akimbo ray gun. So that is going to be incredible just because nobody likes picking up a ray gun anymore. And we want to spice it up. We want to make it so that picking up dual-wield ray guns is a fun thing to do in the box. And honestly, I think that's incredible. Borderline is where I'm going to put the Time Bomb. Again, a lot of the special grenades I feel like are hit and miss, and the Time Bomb is one of them. Sure, it can be incredible to help you spin boxes or try and get certain wonder weapons. But outside of that, for high rounds, the Monkey Bomb is always going to be better on Buried. And that is why I think it deserves to be there. The Sliquifier for Die Rise Remastered, I'm going to be honest, I'm putting in the S tier. We've already announced that it's going to be the pre-patch version, and this is actually going to be the best wonder weapon, above the Apothicon Servant. Yes, that is correct. Windows Update, we're going to relax, because you know what? The Sliquifier is literally better than the Apothicon Servant pre-patch. It literally is. Why? You can end a whole round with the pre-patch Sliquifier in one bullet. Apothicon Servant cannot do that. So the Sliquifier has now become, in the Die Rise Remastered, the best wonder weapon of all time. Period. Going on next, Wave Gun, S tier. It's at the bottom of S tier because we all know it doesn't make drops. Thunder Gun, S tier. It's the Wave Gun, but it does make drops. Wonder Waff, S tier. 10 zombies, though, at the bottom. Not that great. Ray Gun Mark II. I'm going to put it in the bottom of amazing. I don't think it deserves to be borderline. You actually run this for the whole buried round 100 strat. It's very good in a lot of maps. However, for most maps, it does deserve to be borderline. You probably won't use it. It's noticeably better than the Mark 1. Way better than the Mark 3. I know the Mark 3 isn't on here, but you know what? If the Mark 3 was on here, I'd put it in amazing too. Because you need it for the stun effect, right? And so the Mark 2, again, because of that reason, also deserves to be there. Lightning Bow and S tier. I'm going to be honest, it's the wonder weapon on Horizon Drac. It's the greatest way to get to high rounds. However, unfortunately, it's not infinite damage. And that does suck. And so, I'm going to be honest, Wolf Bow, I'm going to also put in S tier. I think they're both incredible. The Wolf Bow is insane, and the Lightning Bow is also insane. Void and Fire, I'm going to put in A for Void, Fire for borderline. I think the Fire Bow is easily the worst, and it's because the upgrade process is very difficult, and it's not that great of a bow, and it causes a lot of bugs and errors, and I think that is why, again, the Fire Staff is also going to be just a tier above it, because it does cause bugs and errors, but it's way better than the Fire Bow. Void Bow kills Panzers, has a use, but Lightning and Wind will always infinitely be better. DG4, I'm going to put in S. Why is this song so freaking loud, bro? They got me crying on this. But yeah, DG4 is S. I think the DG4 is incredible. The only problem is it does cause errors. It does cause zombies to die and get stuck up there. So, yeah. I think it deserves to be there. Ice is S as well. It's the main wonder weapon on Origins. It's the best staff of the 4. And honestly, I think the rest of them deserve to be in amazing other than the Lightning. Lightning Staff is the worst staff. It stops one-shotting after like round 30 to 40. Terrible. The upgrade is also not that good either. It's just not useful at all. The Wind is pretty good, but it takes a little long to take them. Also low ammo. The Fire Staff is also just the mid staff. But the staffs, I would say, probably are arguably better than... Or actually, no, the bows, I think, are arguably better here for the practicality of the maps that they're on. The Jet Gun... This is a tough one to rank, because statistically, it is an S tier. It really is. Infinite ammo, infinite damage. But, with practicality, which is obviously something we're ranking, it's a dumpster. I'm going to put it below the Winter's Howl, because I'm going to be honest, using this wonder weapon is absolutely a tragedy. And some people might say, well, compromise by putting it borderline. Okay, I'll put it in borderline, because you know what? The practicality is a dumpster. The statistics is an S. It's practically the middle of the road wonder weapon. And so, it is the way to get to high rounds on transit. And with the reimagining, like the remaster that Verko's doing with the Jet Gun, it'll probably be an S tier wonder weapon. But for now, I'm going to leave it in borderline. Ladies and gentlemen, rest in peace, Black Ops 3. Boy is dead. And I'll see you in the next one.